Hello guys, how are you? So in today's session we are going to talk about the applications of clustering, and let's start with this. So there are multiple applications of clustering. First of all, we talk about the clustering has a large number of applications spread across various domains. Some of the most popular applications of clustering are: one is recommendation engines, market segmentation, social network analysis, search result grouping, medical imaging, segmentation, anomaly detection. So these are some applications of the clustering, and now let's some talk in deep detail about the applications of these clustering. So clustering analysis is broadly used in many applications such as market research, pattern recognition, data analysis, and image processing. Clustering can also help marketers discover distinct groups in their customer base, and they can characterize their customer groups based on purchasing patterns. So basically, this clustering can also have marketers to divide their customers according to their behavior, like what they buy and how often they buy, and how many times they buy, at what time they purchase things, and on and not something like that data. The marketers will characterize their customers, that who purchase the luxurious things and who purchase the only household things, which is good, which is essential for livelihood and like that. And in the field of biology, it can be used to derive plant and animal taxonomies, characterize genes with similar functionality, and gain insights into structures inherent to populations. So basically, also in biological things, this cluster algorithm and clustering techniques is also used. Clustering also helps in identification of areas of similar land used in an earth observation database. It also helps in the identification of groups of houses in a city according to the house type, value, and geographical location. So also in the identification of group of houses, like which groups of houses are look similar and which groups of houses are not look similar. In that also, this clustering is also very helpful. Next is clustering also helps in classifying documents on the web for information discovery. Clustering is also used in outlier detection applications such as detection of credit card fraud. As a data mining function, clustering analysis serves a tool to gain insight into the distribution of data to observe characteristics of each cluster. So basically, this clustering also helps to classify the document, that this document is for mathematics, this is for research, and this is for such and such. And this clustering is also helpful for detecting the credit card for fraud detection, which is increasing day by day. And in data mining also, this clustering technique is also very useful. And now let's see, here are some 5 examples of clustering algorithms in action, like in real life. And these are the first of all, the identifying fake news. Fake news is not a new phenomenon, but it is one of the becoming prolific. But the problem is, like, the fake news is being created and spread at the rapid rate due to the technology innovations such as social media. The issue gained attention recently during the 2016 US presidential campaign. So basically, during this campaign, the term fake news was referenced as an unprecedented number of times. So basically, the people were trying to give the fake news to the other peoples and trying to manipulate them so that they can change their decisions by seeing the fake news. That's how this fake news come in action in 2016 for US presidential campaign. And that's why this fake news, to identifying the fake news and removing them, is a essential part. So how the clustering works in a paper recently published by two computer science students at the University of California, Riverside. They are using clustering algorithms to identify fake news based on the content. So based on the content, they classify whether this is a fake news or not by using clustering techniques. Next, the way that the algorithm works is by taking the content of the fake new article, the corpus, examining the words used, and then clustering them. So basically, the algorithm is works like take the whole content at once and the take the content of the whole fake news article, then the corpus like the bag of words, the whole words, whole distinct words, whole distinct words which are being used in that fake news article, and after that examining the each and every word of that distinct bag of words. Then these clusters are what helps what helps the algorithm determine which pieces are genuine and which are fakes. So using these clusters, this helps the algorithm to tell that these pieces of words, these words are fake, these are words implying that these are article is fake, and these words are implying that this article is not fake. Certain words are found more commonly in sensationalized sensationalized clickbait articles. So when you see a high percentage of specific terms in an article, it gives a high probability of the material being fake news. So that's all about the fake news, that how this clustering technique helps to identifying the fake news. Next, how the clustering works is like k-means clustering techniques have proven to be an effective working of identifying spam. The way that it works is by looking at the different sections of the email: header, sender, and content. The data is then grouped together. These groups can be classified to the identify which are spam, including clustering in the classification process, improving the accuracy of the filter to 97%. This is excellent news for the people who want to be sure they are not missing out they are not missing out on your favorite newsletter and offers. So basically, this k-means clustering is very helpful to identifying this spam by seeing the headers, center, and content. By getting that idea, it accuracy is about 97%. That means the 97% of the spam emails were detected correctly and they were put in the spam folder. Next is marketing and sales. Personalization and targeting in marketing is big business. So in marketing, the marketing is the most important thing in the business, where while you make a product, you want a marketing who can sell the product. This is achieved by looking at specific characteristics of a person and sharing companies campaigns with them that have been successful with other similar people. So what the problem is, if you are a business trying to get the best return on your market investment, it is crucial that you target people in the right way. If you are getting it wrong, you risk not making any sales, or worse, damaging your customer trust. So basically, like if you are a customer who buy an iPhone, and the iPhone companies won't target you, and they are targeting someone else who buy a cheaper phone and some other phones. So if they are not coming towards to you, the iPhone companies, and they are not doing campaign in front of you, and you don't get to know about the new phones, then you won't buy. And the if the iPhone company is trying to do campaign in front of people who won't buy a this high cost costly phones, or who either won't buy any phone in their life, so if they do campaign in front of them, there is not any sense. So this is a problem which has to be solved. Like iPhone company has to put their campaign in front of those people who can buy their phones in really. So how the clustering works: clustering algorithms are able to group together people with similar traits and likelihood to purchase. Once you have the groups, you can run tests on each group with different marketing copy that will help you better target your messaging to them in the future. So let's say you are buying you can buy an iPhone, and now the iPhone company is targeting you, like showing their advertise to you for the new phones and something like that, and you can purchase that phone. That's okay, but how can they market it more, and how deep they can marketing is like the friends of yours may also can buy the same iPhone, because the friends is like friend circle is like something who are similar, who are who where the nature is and the behavior is very similar to each other in the friend circle. So uh, iPhone company can also show the advertisement of their phone in front of your friends also. So by grouping the people who can purchase the who where the likelihood is very high to purchase a new product, the company will show the company will perform the campaign in front of them. And next is identifying fraudulent or criminal activity. In this scenario, we are going to focus on fraudulent taxi driver behavior. However, the technique has been used in multiple scenarios. What is the problem? You need to look into fraudulent driving activity. The challenge is how you identify what is true and what is false. So this is the fraudulent driving activity, which is our problem, and how the clustering is works. By analyzing the GPS logs, the algorithm is able to group similar behaviors based on the characteristics of the groups. You are then able to classify them into those who are real and which are fraudulent. So by on the basis of GPS logs, the algorithm can classify the real and the fraudulent driving activities, taxi driver behavior. So that's how this clustering is helpful. And then comes the document analysis. So there are many different reasons why you would want to run an analysis on a document. In this scenario, you want to able to organize the documents quickly and efficiently. So let's say you have a abundant of documents and you don't name the documents correctly in your system. Now you want the document who are now you want to cluster your documents, keep them separate in the folder. Like these documents are belongs to the mathematics section, these documents are belongs to the science section, and these documents are belongs to the English learning section. So that's how this document analysis is very important. What is the problem? Imagine you are limited in time and need to organize information held in the documents quickly. To be able to complete this risk to be able to complete this ask, you need to understand the theme of the text, compare it with other documents and classify it. So this is the problem, and how clustering will help is like how clustering works. Hierarchical clustering has been used to solve this problem. The algorithm is able to look at the text and the group it into different themes. Using this technique, you can cluster and organize similar documents quickly using the characteristics identified in the paragraph. So by characterize by getting the similar documents quickly and the characteristics identified in a paragraph, by using that you can cluster your documents, and that's how this clustering works, and it's use the hierarchical clustering technique. So that's all for this applications of clustering, where I tell you about the some intro of applications of clustering, that in which domain we can use this, and about some applications, and then I tell you about the 5 examples of clustering algorithms in action. And these are the identifying fake news and the problem and so, the solution by the clustering algorithm, then spam filter problem and solution, then marketing sales problem, what is problem and how clustering works, then the identifying fraudulent or criminal activity, what is the problem and how does clustering works, and the document analysis, that what is our problem in the document analysis and how this clustering works to solve this problem. So that's all for the today's session. Thank you. Bye. Take care. Stay motivated and keep learning.